Transcript from the guest lecturer Dr. Kvithvich, given at Vic University on Earth, date February 25, 2481. Dr. Kvich is considered an expert on the evolution and growth of intelligent species, and this lecture was able to draw a crowd of 683 individuals, with 39 different species being represented. This translation into English and Earth units was done by Jared McFadden, student at Vic University. Noise from students entering the lecture hall and talking. Dr. Kvich enters. Alright. Please settle down. This will be your one and only chance to take out anything you're going to need for this lecture, whether it's a holo recorder or a notebook. I'm a grumpy old bastard, and I really don't appreciate people making noise while I talk. Are we all ready? Good, let's begin. Extended pause. Have you ever wondered why you're afraid of the dark? Now don't play hero with me, I know you are. At some primal, purely animalistic level, you are afraid of it. But what are you truly afraid of? Is it what could be in the dark? Some nameless forgotten predator, stalking, waiting for the perfect moment to pounce and end your story there. Perhaps it's some serial murderer, the one who's been on the news recently, who preys on people that look just like you. Or maybe it's some eldritch beast, the one from your childhood nightmare, which revisited you every night for a month while your mother was in the hospital. It may simply be the fear of the unknown, and in this case the dark is much bigger than simply that. Why go into that cave? Why would you settle this land? Why would you build that wall? Why would you build that machine? Why would you look to the stars? Every intelligent creature in the universe has been asked these questions, and nearly every single intelligent species has answered with a single word: necessity. We entered that cave for shelter. We settled the land to grow. We built the wall to protect ourselves. We built that machine to make our lives easier. We went to the stars to find resources. You may have noticed I said nearly every single intelligent species. There is one, and so far the only one I have found, that did not expand into the unknown because they had to in order to survive and thrive. Some of you may have guessed by now which species I am talking about, and we have several members in our lecture today. I am, of course, referring to Homo sapiens. Now for the 12 of you who are in attendance today, please don't let anything I'm about to say go to your head. Laughter from audience. Humans, as most of us know them, are actually quite a young species. They first appeared in an arid continent on their home planet of Terra about 200,000 years ago, when my own kith had started the development of nuclear energy. When they were first discovered by the Galactic Union, about 21,000 years ago, they had begun the building of their civilizations. Following regulations that were set in place at the time, the largest of these cultures were given some small technologies and knowledge to help them grow. In fact, humans are the reason why this is no longer permitted. They quickly advanced to a nuclear age, and then promptly nearly destroyed every last one of themselves in a nuclear war. Reparations were made through the use of terraforming, and now illegal cloning techniques, thus Terra was once more hospitable. The Homo sapiens species got what could be considered a hard reset, and it became illegal for a Galactic Union member species to provide any sort of technological aid to rising species. So even before they reached the stars, humans have been shaping galactic policy. I began my own study of the humans shortly after they were admitted into the Union about 200 years ago. And here I noticed a trend unlike any other species that I have studied in my nearly 1,000 years of practice. I could find no necessity for humans to expand as rapidly as they did. By the year 2200, they had been able to solve most of their food shortages, were able to manage their overpopulation through the use of space station metropolises, and they had found the proper way to use nuclear energy, so it was both efficient and safe. So why did they expand? Why would they leave the safe haven they had in their solar system? This question I have posed to nearly 1,500 different individuals. I also asked them about the fear of the unknown, or a fear of the dark. Why would you dare fling yourselves into the deepest, darkest regions of the galaxy for no reason? My answer came in the form of a quote from a famous human mountaineer that was repeated to me at least 900 times. The man is George Mallory. In 1923 he was posed the same question, but about climbing the tallest mountain on Terra. He replied with 3 words. Pause for effect. Because it's there. That's the answer to the question I had spent hundreds of years looking into. Humans expand, not because of necessity, but simply because they can. Because they have an innate desire to find out what's in the dark, no matter how terrifying it might be. When a human is asked the question, "Are you afraid of the dark?" the answer is yes. But I want to see what's there. Now I will take any questions you might have, please keep them focused on the subject at hand. End of lecture. Author's name and link to original text is in the description.